you told a story about something. The limousine, I think, was the first episode.
Yeah,
or something. There was something about rain. I can't
The
remember.
limo
all of it.
episodes, like I think in like Seinfeld lore, it's like top 5 best episodes like ever. And that was your first episode?
Yeah, and that was my test episode too. And boy, did we have a lot of shit going on.
So you got gold out of a difficult situation. Please regale us.
Okay,
Yes.
here's. It was a real rainy time of year. Well, before that, I knew how to do Hansard. You know who the Hansards were?
No.
The Hansards were the only company, the only place in town that did rear screen projection.
Oh,
Rear
that's
screen
right.
projection is you'd take this little projector, put it way over there on that end of the stage, and there'd be a translucent screen behind the car,
Okay.
and it would project movement,
Right.
Real,
And
they would go
weren't
out
they
and
a
shoot it.
private family
Yeah.
company that only did that and just that?
Just that. And that was probably one of their last gigs because blue screen and green screen and all that stuff was starting to happen.
Well,
Okay.
and now we've come full circle with Favreau and everything he's doing with Mandalorian.
Right. With the, what do you call, I forget what they're called.
The
this
LED panel thing.
Yeah. They're amazing.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Anyway, so there was rear screen projection, which Cameron was a big fan of, obviously for Aliens and a couple other movies, and then you were you had the job for Seinfeld. And how did those two things come together?
Here's the deal with Seinfeld. On that day, we were over at Paramount on their back lot. That's where we shot that limo show.
Okay.
And
Was that where all the shows?
No.
The CBS slot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact I'll tell you that little story in a second. But it was raining. It was pouring rain, and I looked. Tom Sharonis was also the director. He's producer director. I said, "Hey, it was just pouring rain." He says we can't do this, and I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's block every scene with them holding umbrellas or whatnot, and when it lets up, we will just start shooting."
Yeah.
And it worked. It stopped raining. That's why that looks so pretty, that
Right.
because it was a real wet down. The buildings were wet, the ground was wet, everything was wet, and we shot everything. And just about the time they yelled, "That's a wrap," it started pouring rain again. They were spot on, They were spot on.
So you were on. So that was amazing. But you were on Seinfeld. That was their first full season, season 3.
Yeah.
And you stayed the whole duration of the show.
Yes.
Like 3 through they go 8 seasons? 9 seasons.
They say 9 seasons.
You also have some not acting credits, but you're in several episodes.
Well,
You're in the diner.
Yeah,
You're the guy in the diner.
It was one of those days where they said, "Listen, we need to pre-shoot something. Let's just pre-shoot the diner." And they said, "We don't have any extras. Let's put the crew in."
Right.
So in that particular scene that I'm in, everybody in there is a
As a crew member?
crew
That's
member.